Hi, I'm Deidre.
And I'm Andrew, and this is Trek Lovers Collective. Today we're going to be discussing Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Episode 1, Broken Circle.
Yay.
All right, Broken Circle. This was what Star Trek had to offer us after a long absence after the close of Season 1.
Yes.
Did you have any problems with this episode?
Not really, but sorta, kinda.
This is one of those episodes where I think that it would have fit well way later in the season because we've just had this long period of time where we hadn't had any episodes, and now we finally, after waiting so long, get to have a little Star Trek. And the captain's not there, and the ship gets stolen by the first officer.
But
I mean, nothing is normal.
the captain doesn't have to be there all the time.
No, Christopher Pike is the Star Trek.
Yes,
Strange New Worlds.
He is, but he doesn't have to be the center of attention all the time.
I think he has to at the first episode, though.
No, I mean, yes, he was in the beginning, but he doesn't have to be. To me, this was a exciting episode. Plus, it demonstrated all the different things that they could do that we didn't know that they could do. Plus, the different relationships, different personalities. I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay. Well, let's dissect it a little more. First of all, like I said, the captain's gone. This is the opening. This is the season premiere. This is where you should have pizzazz. This is where you should have wow, this is the Star Trek that we've been waiting for. And Pike is gone, and Spock is in control, and he's this vulnerable, weepy guy. I realize
he's not weepy. Yes, he's vulnerable.
I could see his eyes beginning to water at times. But anyway, that's okay.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So anyway, they get the signal from Na'an. Is that her name?
Lahan, yeah.
Yeah, and she needs
Sung.
Yes, and she needs help way out there somewhere in an area that the Enterprise shouldn't be going. And so Spock does what Spock should do, and he asks for permission to go, and he gets orders from his admiral. Says, no, don't do that.
Yes.
And so what does he do?
He does that.
He steals the Enterprise. I mean, come on! Stealing the Enterprise was not very plausible to me.
I disagree because if an admiral says no, but you want to save your comrade, okay, your comrade in arms, literally, I don't understand what the problem is about stealing the ship.
That would be like someone, the XO of the Nimitz needs to help a family member somewhere in Somalia and hijacks the ship and uses the ship to effect a rescue. It just doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Okay, well, anyway, so he steals the Enterprise.
Yes.
This whole thing about, so what's your thing? Yeah, everybody's got a thing, you know.
Well, I thought that was cool. Well, yes, everybody has a thing. So now Spock has a thing.
That was stupid. I mean,
no, it was not stupid.
I want the ship to go. Now, if he had just said now, I could live with that. But I want the ship to go. Oh, that was just hokey.
No, I don't think so. I think that's the typical Spock.
Yeah, well,
he doesn't know what to say, but then in the end he goes now.
Well, so he should have left it at now. I think that would have worked better. That would have worked better for me.
Well, for you, yes, not me.
All right, so they end up on this planet, and it turns out that there is a group of people who, for profit, want to rekindle the Klingon-Human Federation war.
Yes.
And they're going to accomplish this by taking a captured or salvaged.
No, actually, they built it in that.
Oh, they built it?
Yes, well, that's what Nurse Chapel. They built it in there and built up.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, from whatever mechanism, evidently they built it, but they have this Federation ship,
Yes.
and they're going to use that to attack a Klingon battle cruiser.
Yes.
And it's going to look like the Federation provoked a war, and then the people who are profiteering by selling dilithium and other
yes.
things are going to make an incredible bank, and life will be great for them, but really bad for everyone else.
Yes. Typical. But yes.
I mean, it's something you would expect of a Ferengi. So,
True.
the doctor and Nurse Chapel are there, and I have a problem with Nurse Chapel.
Oh my gosh.
And the reason why, okay, if you want to harden her up a little bit, I can live with that, but she is so far diverged from the real Nurse Chapel. It is just too far out there.
Mercy, the real Nurse Chapel. She is the real Nurse Chapel.
But Jill Barrett was the real Nurse Chapel.
This is who she is in the beginning of who she is to become.
I cannot see any way that Commando Nurse Chapel could become kind of wimpy Nurse Chapel.
She was no. That's just the calm Nurse Chapel. She has done everything she needed to do. She fought who she needed to fight, and fight and everything. And so now, at that point in history, which is the original, which is the captain is Kirk. She calm. She's like, all right, I did what I had to do. Now it's time for me to relax and do my job.
Okay. Well. So, next we go to the green fighting juice. I like the green fighting juice.
Yes.
I really did like that.
That was cool.
So I have no complaints there.
Well, I really enjoyed the green fighting juice, and I really enjoyed Dr. Manga's. His response, like when Nurse Chapel kind of worn out, hers kind of dissipated, but his was still going. I think he has this built up anger that fueled it. More so.
That's why allowed the effects to linger a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's why it kept going.
Possibly so.
And he was tagging them.
So the ship takes off, and it's making its way towards the Klingon battle cruiser. The Enterprise steps in, destroys the ship. I would have had Chapel and the Doctor at least find EV suits. Launching themselves out without anything and just kind of floating in space with they should have died. They would have died if they put them in EV suits. At least it would be plausible.
Well, it is plausible because the doctor told you in the beginning it will take a minute for them to die.
Yeah, but don't worry because you'll be unconscious in 10 seconds.
15 seconds.
15 seconds. Yeah,
but yes, so what? The Enterprise was able to get their signal in enough time?
They could have done that just as well without launching.
Drama. This is drama.
Yeah, but for drama to be dramatic, it has to have some level of realism. And so
it does.
All they had to do is give them EV seats. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
No. They didn't find any, so it's like, what we gonna do? Because they're like, you know what? We gonna die, but we're gonna die out there.
At least, did you ever see this series For All Mankind?
No.
Oh, okay. It's an awesome series, and there's this one part where this man and wife team, they have to get from point A to point B on the moon's surface, but they don't have EV suits. At least they made makeshift EV suits out of duct tape.
Yes, duct tape, the cure-all. Anyway, I dig that, I do, but they had nothing. They were in this room full of nothing.
And that's why I'm saying they should have given them an EV suit. Yeah, so, but anyway, okay, that's fine.
Dramatic effect. Dramatic effect. Oh my God.
At the cost of realism. Okay.
Look, that is real.
All right. So then they get beamed aboard, and now Mr. Spock has to smooth things over with the captain of the battle cruiser because he thinks that this was a failed attempt to attack them, and they're now at the brink of war. But they are able to come to a amicable agreement because
Yes.
Mr. Spock is not a normal Vulcan.
Well, of
and I
course
did
he-
like that. I
Yes,
like that.
he is not a normal Vulcan. He's half human. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes, but he wasn't so over the top,
Rigid.
weepy and
Oh.
and weak and indecisive. And he had enough Vulcan to him to be able to engage with the Vulcan or the Klingon commander, and they were able to get everything all smoothed over. And the whole thing with the bloodline, I love that.
Yes, that was pretty cool. Spock drunk, that was great. Spock hangover was even better. So
Yes. Speaking of the hangover, now he's talking to Admiral April, and he should have had some kind of consequence, even though we know at the very end why he didn't have
Yes.
a serious consequence. There should have still been something more than your hangover is enough.
well, I understand where you're coming from on that, but if you look at, I know they're not considered military, okay, but if you look at a military structure in that sense, the admiral has the right to either one, put a letter in the file saying, you messed up, which can affect his ability to get promoted, or he could have said like he did, your hangover's it. So that's what it all is, dude.
I think what this effectively did was it made April appear a little ineffective.
I don't think so.
I would have gone the route of, Mr. Spock, this will not happen again. There will be a letter in your file to this effect. And what happened? You are officially reprimanded for this deed, and it will not happen again, because if it does, your commission is gone. That would have been
I dig
the
that,
minimum.
but no. I disagree. I think the admiral did the right thing, because like he said, he needs all of his officers, and he need them to be right. He need them to be strong. But if he put a letter in there, then Spock's gonna be like, man, what's gonna happen now? I can't do nothing because I got this letter in my filing things. What am I supposed to be?
Be a little more Vulcanish, and then it won't bother him.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Cinematic scale of 1 to 5. Where would you place this episode?
I would say a 4.5.
A 4.5.
Yes.
I would put it at a 2.5.
2.5.
2.5 because it wasn't so bad that I just couldn't watch it.
Oh my
but
Lord.
it could have been it could have been worse, and it could have been a whole lot better. So
No, I think it was great the way it was. It was exciting. It was a lot of drama, and we got to learn about their personalities and possible histories with the Chapel and the Doctor. We can't wait for that. So I don't see the problem.
All right. Well, anyway, I guess that's all for now. We'll see you next time.
Bye.